Hello, beautiful friends. Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, I just wiggled my whole table. It's fine. We're good. Today is my little girl's birthday, and she's taking a nap right now. So I'm like so excited that I get to chat with you for this Monday-ness. And I have something on my heart, and I was like, okay, if I need to hear this, they probably maybe do too. So today we're going to be chatting about plateaus. And when you feel like you've hit like a plateau in your nutrition and weight loss journey, and like some tips and tricks to overcome it and to continue leaning, toning, tightening, changing that freaking number on the scale, whatever it is for you, just moving past that fluff of where you've been for a long time and getting yourself to a spot of where you know you could be and making progress. And unfortunately, I know a lot of us like associate that with the number on the scale, that we're like, okay, I know I could lose 1 or 2 more pounds in the next week, in the next month, in the next year, whatever your situation is, but the number just seems to be like stuck. And you're like, WTF, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what to do to change this. What should I do? Okay. And if you're like, I don't even know what she's talking about, like the scale always moves for me, then you're like a rainbow unicorn, and I'm slightly jealous. But for those of us who do hit plateaus every once in a while, and you're like, really, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Like, I don't understand why the scale hasn't been moving. I have a few tips. I just thought of one more that I want to write down so I don't forget it. So just a heads up, everything I'm about to share with you is things that I have learned from Alana, the creator of To Be Mindset, and Autumn Calabrese. So like some of it is like my own interpretation, but everything that I'm about to share with you is like a compilation of what I've learned from one of those two people. And I'm just meshing it together in a call for you, because I know some of you might have To Be Mindset, but you don't have Ultimate Portion Fix, or some of you might have Ultimate Portion Fix, but you don't have To Be Mindset, or maybe you have both and you've just forgotten, or maybe you don't have either and you're like, ooh, maybe I do need one of those because I need to learn more about this type of stuff. So good, so solid. Okay. So the very first thing I want to share with you is, if you do have the videos and you do hit a plateau, that is one of the very first things that I go back to when I have hit a plateau, is I go back to watching the videos. I would love to say that I'm like this perfect little angel and I watch one video every single day and have ever since I bought the programs 2 years ago. That's just not true. That is not true. It's a goal of mine to do that, but I haven't done it. But I have lifetime access to these videos, and you buy it once, you have it forever. And I would love to say that I watch one every day, but I don't. But truly, those videos, they're like personal development for your nutrition. So hopefully you've gained a testimony of like reading awesome books that lift you up with positivity, because I know like I share so many quotes on my own personal stories. We talk about personal development in our groups. And on social media and all the things. So hopefully you have gained a testimony of how personal development can help and change your life. But the videos, the nutrition videos, is personal development for your nutrition, and just like really giving you a gut check and like okay, I can do this. Like I can totally do this. And it's just helping you change your mindset. So I know when my nutrition like is slipping, or I'm really not seeing the results that I want to see, that is the first thing that I go back to. Okay, watch the videos, and maybe something's going to stick out that didn't stick out before, or maybe I'm ready to hear something that I didn't hear before, or maybe I'm going to interpret something differently, or something new is going to stick out, or whatever, right? Or it's just going to be that positive reinforcement that like, no, I am doing the right things, but maybe I could make this little tweak, or maybe I just got to keep going. Maybe I just got to keep going and just be patient with the process, right? Okay, so that's my first tip. If you're feeling that plateau, if you have access to the videos, watch them. Make them a part of your daily routine as much as you can. Most of the videos are like anywhere between 2 to 10 minutes. Some of them are a little longer, but like you could totally listen to a 10-minute video while you do your dishes. While you unload your dishwasher, listen to one. While you get ready for the day, listen to one. While you get dressed, I mean, getting dressed takes us 4 to 5 minutes, like, because we got to pick out the outfit and we got to try it on. We got to make sure it looks good. put on our socks, put on our shoes, whatever. Like it takes longer to get dressed than we think. So like even if you turn one on, like just pick a routine, pick a time, get her done, watch a video. Second tip for when you hit a plateau is to check your water. And I don't mean liquids, I mean water. And sometimes we think like soda is a good way to hydrate. It's not. Sometimes people think Rockstar is a good way to hydrate. It's not. Water is important. And if you're hitting a plateau, I want to really challenge you to drink half your body weight in ounces of water and make sure that that becomes a non-negotiable. So if you weigh 184 pounds, you're drinking 92 ounces. That number's just in my brain because I know that's Blake. So just whatever your body weight is divided by 2, that's how many ounces of water you should be drinking. And I really truly mean water, not milk, not Crystal Light, not coffee, not soda, not alcohol, not liquids. It's water. And if you have to put flavoring stuff in to get your water in, that's better than nothing. So like Crystal Light, that's a very low calorie option that you're still getting in your water. You're still making your water taste good, whatever. But water, or lemon juice, lime juice, fruit water, adding raspberries, adding mint leaves. There's so many things that you can do to make your water taste good, but you've got to make sure you're getting in half your body weight in ounces. And I know for me, like that is not something that I'm currently doing very good at. And I am personally hitting a plateau that I'm like, I've been the same weight for like 4 weeks. And I'm grateful I'm not gaining, and I think I'm toning because my pictures look different, but like the number on the scale is not moving. And I know I could do better at everything that I'm sharing with you. So again, I wanted to share them with you just in case it's going to help you too. Next tip, and I'll go over them all one more time at the end, just in case you want me to recap. Next thing that I know when I've hit a plateau is that I'm not doing very good at dinner and done. That's a to be mindset concept. And I personally follow Ultimate Portion Fix, but I still try to do dinner and done essentially to get all my containers in by dinner, except for 1 fruit and 1 teaspoon so like after dinner, every day, all I eat after dinner is a fruit and a teaspoon. Because I love me some apples and peanut butter, or banana with some peanut butter, or some strawberries with just a spoonful of peanut butter on the side. I love me some peanut butter at the end of at night, right? And I have a sweet tooth, and like that after kids go to bed indulgence is like very real for me. And so I just make sure to save it. And I save myself a fruit. I save myself a teaspoon so that, okay, kids are in bed. I get to have like a little release. I get to eat something sweet. But I'm just trying to stick to my goals. And okay, what I'm going to eat is apples and peanut butter, or bananas and peanut butter, or strawberries with peanut butter, or some watermelon with peanut butter on the side. It's always peanut butter. Can you tell? But sometimes it's on fruit, sometimes it's on the side. But I know when I hit a plateau that I'm eating more than that after dinner. It's like, I can have some pretzels. It's fine. I can have a couple graham crackers. It's not that big of a deal. And I still try to like stick to my like what's allowed in the containers. Like you can have graham crackers, that counts as a carbohydrate. It's technically like a treat, but you can have them. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm just a little hungry, but I'm really not hungry. I'm just bored. And I'm like, I can have a chicken sausage or some extra lunch meat or whatever. Like it's nothing crazy that's like, I'm going to eat a whole box of cereal. But sometimes I just eat more than I should, even if it's approved, and my weight loss slows down. Go figure, right? So I know that that's something when I'm plateauing that I can check and I can do better at is dinner and done. And if you do follow 2B mindset, just like completely stopping eating after dinner. So that's the 3rd tip. 4th tip for if you've hit a plateau and you're like, okay, I need some ideas to bust through this. If you're following Ultimate Portion Fix, check the lists and make sure you're eating mostly the top portion of the list. Because Autumn says in one of the videos that the lists come, like they're organized that way on purpose. And the things at the bottom of the list are still approved, but it's not as good for you as something that's at the top of the list. So for example, like I said, you can have graham crackers as a carbohydrate, but is graham crackers as one of my carbohydrates every day, is that as good for me as corn and black beans? No. Like corn and black beans is definitely going to help me hit my weight loss goals way faster than a graham cracker. And so if you're struggling and hitting that plateau, check your lists and see, okay, I eat this a lot, this a lot, this a lot, this a lot, and see, are you eating mostly the bottom half of the lists or mostly the top half of the lists? And because if you're like, no, I'm watching the videos, I'm drinking my water, I'm doing dinner and done, like this is an extra resource. Okay, check the lists, bottom half, top half, and make that change if you need to eat more from the top half and try new things so that you're eating leaner and cleaner and getting better results. Okay. 5th idea, eat at home. Stop eating out. And really, I think this is one of those things that is like the secret to weight loss that people don't realize. Because even if you are ordering a salad, or even if you're like me, you're going to Cafe Rio, you're not having a tortilla, you're only having lettuce and meat with dressing on side, and you pick the vinaigrette instead of the creamy house dressing, and you don't have any chips, and you don't have any guac, and you don't have any sour cream, you just have pico, and you have some cilantro and a little bit of avocado, right? Like it's still cooked in so much oil, like the meat, and it's just the portions that you think, like you can do your best guess, you can do your best judgment, but even still, even if you're trying to be really clean, it's still going to be more calories than what you would make at home. And like, even if you're trying to be super clean, and that's like, if you didn't go somewhere where you like munched on a couple chips and salsa, or had a little bit of the free bread with butter and it was delicious, right? Or like, just if you're struggling and you're hitting that plateau, eat at home. And I really, really think, like, I know multiple people in my family that are trying so hard to like be so good. Like one sister is like eating vegetarian, but she's eating out still a ton. She's eating vegetarian, but she's still eating out a ton, and her weight has not changed at all. And another person is like, I eat only organic. And she like, everything she buys from the grocery store comes in, it's all organic, everything. But then she still drinks Diet Coke and goes out to eat all the time. But I'm like, Diet Coke is not organic, and eating out is not organic either. So I think sometimes we just like, you don't have to eat at home for the rest of your life. But I just think sometimes we do get a little lazy and we do eat out more than we should. And this is just, again, your health coach. Like if you're frustrated with your weight loss journey and you need a couple tips to get her done, get past your plateau, stop being lazy, eat at home. Okay? Okay. Next tip, get rid of your soda. Get rid of your soda. And you might hate me for saying that, but it's the truth. Like I just said, both of those examples, both of them drink lots of caffeine and soda. I have not had soda in over 10 years. January was 10 years. I'm a big believer in no soda. And a lot of people look at me, like in my family, and I hope I don't offend any here, but I have a lot of people in my family who are overweight. And I like dads, not, my stepdad is not overweight. He's awesome. He's crazy. He's like in his 60s and hikes faster than me. My real dad though, and all of my sisters struggle with weight. Cousins struggle with weight. My mom struggles with weight. And pretty much all of them, soda is like a must every single day. And love them dearly. But that is a huge way to, if you just nix that habit, I know it's hard, but if you nix that habit, you'll be so surprised. Like how, if you're replacing water instead, you'll be so surprised. I know a good friend of mine, he stopped drinking soda. His wife was like, I don't think you can do it. And he did it just to prove her wrong, because he's one of those people. And he lost like 15 pounds in a month, because that's all he changed. He didn't change anything else. He just stopped drinking soda. So again, if you're like, I'm happy where I'm at, I don't need any help, okay, you go ahead and keep drinking your soda. Again, this is just like, I'm frustrated with my weight loss journey. I don't know what to do. I'm really frustrated and I just want to lose weight, but I feel like I'm doing all the things. This is like that, like, ooh, gut check. Like, okay, I'm not doing all the things. I could do better at that, right? So I've never had soda in the last 10 years though. And so many people like look at me and they're like, oh, you're the lucky one. You got good genes. That I'm like, I don't swear, but I want to like biatch. No, I work my butt off. I haven't had soda in 10 years. I work out 6 days a week. I eat really clean. I eat at home almost every single day. Like, do not tell me that I'm lucky or that I have good genes. I work my tail off. Okay. I hate the word lucky. I think it's a swear word. Laura said, yes, it's so frustrating too. When I recommend, the first thing people do is cut soda out and they get so defensive about it. I know, like, and I know that it's almost an addiction. Like, I don't want to use that word again. I hope I don't offend, but like sometimes, like, I know people get caffeine headaches. Like, I know it. And I know, like, cause my sister has tried to cut out caffeine so many times and she's just like, I just have headaches and it's just not worth it. And my head hurts and I just can't cut it out. Like, I have to have it. But I'm like, okay, but that has like addiction written all over it. Like, if you have to have it, like, right? And little plug, right? And one of my girls, Shalisa, was talking about one of her challengers who I think it was coffee. Was it coffee, Shalisa? That her challenger was like, girlfriend, I haven't had to have my morning coffee because of Energize. It's like totally helping me and it's totally doing the same thing for me, but it doesn't give me the same crash. Like, and if you look at the ingredients in Energize, it's so much cleaner. Like, I don't drink coffee, but I do drink Energize and it totally gives me that like energy and it without the crash and it's like good, healthy ingredients. And I'm like, yes, all the Energize. And I do know my brother-in-law was like totally a soda addict. He started drinking Energize and he was able to kick soda and now he has it every once in a while just because he likes the taste, but it's not like a need anymore. So Jordan says, it becomes easier over time to not have soda. I thought I would never be able to give it up. Yes. Amen. Amen. And I am happy to report that one sister, she's been, I think, at least I got to check in on her, but I think she's been soda free for a couple months now. She's replaced it with Rock Stars, which I'm like, how about let's replace it with Energize instead? But hey, something. It's a little progress, right? So, okay, next step to give is to go sugar free. And I know that's like scary and daunting and whatever, but I notice like when I go sugar free, and I don't mean like being crazy anal, like, oh, but there's sugar in tomato sauce, so I'm never having tomato sauce ever again. Or like there's if you look at the ingredient list of canned peaches, the sugar content is like crazy, but then you look at the ingredients and it's like literally peaches and water. Like if you get organic ones and they're clean, whatever. Some of it is natural sugar. I'm not telling you never have to never have fruit again or to never have those natural sugar things. I am saying, okay, maybe pass on the cookies or the birthday cake or the brownies or the homemade whateverness candy. And again, this is me talking to myself more than probably any of you, but I know that when I plateau, I need to clean out my sugar. I need to stop having chocolate at night. I need to stop having me some homemade cookies that are so fluffy and delicious. I need to stop making them so that I stop eating them. And I need to do better. Yes. So that's a easy fix, right? And again, shameless plug for Shakeology. It totally helps me. I can definitely tell the difference between when I've had it and when I haven't yet. And my cravings are like, and I have to insert the disclaimer, like these statements have not been approved by the FDA, blah, 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 whatever. I notice for me, it helps my cravings like crazy. And I know lots of people who can say the same thing. On the days they have their Shakeology, especially when they make it a good way and not just like, I shook it with water and it tasted like grass. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like adding, my girl Jordan adds like the most delicious things ever. She should like type out one of her recipes and I can read it to you. But she like adds extracts and like all these delicious frozen fruits, and she sneaks in some veggies in there, and it's like, oh my gosh, that sounds so delicious. I personally drink it with almond milk water. I like vegan chocolate Shakeology. I have it with a frozen banana and peanut butter, and I love to have it with a little coconut extract in there. It tastes like an almond joy. It's delightful. Or same things like 8 ounces of water, 8 ounces of oats milk because it's a little creamier and helps with my milk supply, and chocolate Shakeology, and then some frozen cherries. Mm. And then I like to add some frozen cauliflower in there. Shout out to my girl Laura for teaching me that. So good. Yeah, Jordan just said frozen cauliflower, pineapple, shredded coconut, coconut extract, and oats milk. Like, doesn't that just make you like, oh my gosh. What flavor of Shakeology, Jordan? Seriously though, like if you just shake it with water, no matter what flavor you try, it's gonna be nasty. Okay. But if you add some delicious stuff to it, you're like, that just curbed every craving I ever had, even salty, because it's giving your body just all these awesome things that you're like, oh my gosh. So Jordan said she uses vegan chocolate, but she thinks vanilla would be amazing too. Totally agree. Yeah. So good. Like pineapple and shredded coconut. Oh my gosh, that sounds so delicious. Okay. So sugar-free. And there's so many recipes in the Fixate cooking show. And I don't know if the To Be Mindset cooking show has launched already too, but I know Fixate has so many like sugar-free desserts that you can make that are like better alternatives if you are like, I just gotta have something sweet. And they are good. I've made a couple and they really are very good. So there's options there too. And last tip I want to give is you got to check your hormones, especially if you're a female. And by that, I just mean like, okay, if you're a woman, Mr. Monthly or whatever you call your friend might be coming. And that is a very real part of weight loss. And so many times, myself included, as women, it's just like, okay, whatever. I'm just feeling moody and grumpy and irritable, and I just want something salty or something sweet, and I'm just going to eat all the things because I'm frustrated that my weight's not doing anything, and I've been 100% perfect for 3 full days, and my weight has stayed the same or gone up or whatever. And when that happens, I have recognized in myself, like, okay, it's almost my time of the month, right? And I just gotta keep on keeping on. As frustrating as it is to step on the scale and to not have it budge and to know that I'm doing everything, like I'm watching the videos, I'm having my water, I'm doing dinner and done, I'm eating from the top half of the list, I'm eating at home, I don't have soda, I'm not having sugar, what in the F is happening, right? Like, just check your hormones. It might be time of the month, just keep on keeping on. And then literally, I've also seen like, okay, that time of the month ends, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I lost like 4 pounds in a day. Well, that was exciting, right? So if you just keep on keeping on, it will all work out. Yeah, Jordan said, yes, I feel that, to laugh out loud. So, okay, I just recapped basically everything in that little rant right there. But just in case you needed all the tips one more time, okay, if you've hit a plateau and you're feeling frustrated, you don't know where to go from here, you don't know how to move on, watch the videos, make them a part of your daily routine. To Be Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix, you really can't go wrong. You'll learn so much with either one that you have. Water, half your body weight in ounces. Drink it. Lots. Yes. Dinner and done. And if you follow the containers and you don't need to do dinner and done, just make sure you're saving the container that you want to eat after dinner, and not just like, oh yeah, but I'm eating from the list, so it's okay if I go over, right? Like, no. Hit your containers, even if you're eating after dinner. Yes. If you're eating from Ultimate Portion Fix, make sure you're eating from the top half of the list and not the bottom half. Eat at home more often than you eat out. Can you kick some soda, or can you have it less often than you do? I know like several tips and tricks if you do want to kick soda to the curb. Like, you can obviously go cold turkey, but if you're like, no, I can't really do that, like you could do, okay, once a day. If you're someone who has it multiple times a day, once every other day. You can have it once a week. Like, there's so many ways to like slowly but surely wean yourself off of it, right? And I'm not going to pretend like it's going to be easy. For me, I just went cold turkey. It was never something that I really liked. Honestly, soda hurts my shoulder. It's like the weirdest thing ever. I don't know. I've only met one other person that could say that. But yeah, like every time I would drink my soda, it would hurt my shoulder. And so it was like really easy for me to give up because I didn't like my shoulder hurting. Next tip, sugar-free. Eat a little cleaner that way, and also pay attention to your hormones and give yourself some grace, especially if you're a woman, if your time of the month is coming. Yes. And Jordan said flavoring water helps too. Yes. And I did give some like little tips and tricks at the beginning of the call if you missed that part, about how you can flavor water deliciously. Yes. And honestly, you can Google it. Like, how do I make my water more delicious? And you'll find all sorts of ideas for if you're like someone who just does not enjoy the taste of water. Literally Google it and you'll find lots of ideas. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, friends who are on the recording, hopefully this is helpful. I adore you. I believe in you. I hope if you're hitting a plateau that something that I said helped you. And if you're not hitting a plateau, then I hope you just keep on keeping on and you're just amazing. If you're on live, stay on live and we'll chat for a bit. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.